Alright, so we have the 30-second interlude before we get in. Alright. So, good morning, good evening, or good afternoon, and thank you for joining us once again, The Modern Stars of Gaming. I'm KaijuK, and with me in the background is Necro Nick.
What up?
And tonight, we're going to be bringing you a little something that we like to call, Can a DLC Save a Game? The answer is most of the time, yes. I mean, okay, so there are some good games that came out with some bad DLCs. A good example of that would be, like, Darkest Dungeon. Don't get me wrong, Crimson Court and the Shield Breaker are cute. Alright, they're okay. But, for the prices they're at and what they actually added to the game, just leave it to the modding community, okay, folks? Usually when a game is released to the modding community, that's when the real issues start with the game. Because, let's face facts, we as modders, myself, Necro, and anyone who plays modded games, or makes them, know the power of the human imagination and what modding can actually do. Trust me, I don't even play with the regular characters when I play Darkest Dungeon. I don't even play with the same areas, nothing. Let me see if I can't scoot the camera a little. That's a little better. Stop beeping at me. Stop beeping at me! Ah! Okay. I have to turn it down for a moment. I'm sorry, everyone who's attempting to get a hold of me right now. But the constant attention gathering is not going to work. Another example of good games with bad DLC so far is sitting right above Necro's head in the background. South Park and the Fractured Butthole. Okay, good game, yes, but the first DLC that comes out with it is just basically a battle arena. With all the things you could do with South Park, the Fractured Butthole, you start off with a Fallout 4 level DLC screw up. And trust me, let's not start talking about those, but we will.
Hi, Rebel.
Hey, Rebel. Now, there are also bad games with good DLC. A great example of this would be Arma 2. Now, while it isn't official DLC, DayZ is big enough to be its own game, and actually was brought out as its own game, which ended up sucking, but... 1 second, please. Alright. It came out, and it did wonders for Arma 2. In fact, it got to the point where I think they mentioned that Arma 2 sold better than Arma 3 and Arma 1 combined, because of this one DLC/mod. I'm going to count it as a DLC, though.
It won't shock me. It was an amazing mod/DLC.
Right. Now, there are also examples of bad games with bad DLC. Mass Effect 3 was a horrible game full of glitches and screw-ups and just basically saying, hey, you remember how Mass Effect 1 and 2, everything that you did meant something? It doesn't. No. Another example would be Sid Meier's Beyond Earth. This is one of the Civilization games. Civilization! One of the best-selling strategy games in the world. And they brought out a DLC that had very little and cost just as much as a full-blown game. In fact, today, if you were to go look it up on Steam, the price for the original game, $30. The price for Beyond Earth, $30. In order to get them both, you have to pay for a brand new game.
That's fucking bullshit.
Audio Jungle.
Whoa! Oh, that music jumped up real fast. Hang on a second, folks. I'm not gonna have to turn this down for every song, am I? Jeez, I hope not. Yeah, we're playing, we have a playlist from royalty-free music, upbeat hip-hop going on in the background. Can you hear that, Nick, by the way?
Yeah.
How bad is it? Is it really loud?
It's okay.
Okay, you can still hear us over it, though?
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't get to that part yet.
Oh. Well, actually, it's been playing since we started.
No, I meant, like, where it got loud on
Oh, okay. And then, of course, there's Fallout 4. Now, I know I'm going to be burnt to the cross for this one, because there's a lot of people out there that think Fallout 4 is the greatest thing since sliced bread, but please, play Fallout 3 or New Vegas and tell me that. Now, while it did come out with two really great DLCs, Far Harbor and the Automatron DLC, which added a lot of fun, a lot of adventure, a lot of quirky characters, it also came out with 3 groups just specifically made for building new contraptions, new cityscapes, stuff like that. Stuff that a lot of us thought was the worst part about the game.
Yeah.
And then, of course, there is Nuka World, which is just a giant barren wasteland with a few small areas in it.
Yeah.
You could have done 1,000 things to that area and made it amazing, and they chose not to. But enter the modding community, who have brought out amazing Fallout 4 mods that actually made me replay the game, including a very, very cool haunted amusement park. I can't remember what it's called at the moment, but it was pretty fun. Sid Meier's Beyond Earth. Hey, you ever want to play as, say, Solid Snake in a futuristic setting where you're colonizing a new planet? I don't know why you'd want to do it, but you can!
Yeah.
I got nothing on Mass Effect 3. I'm sorry, nothing's going to fix that but a bullet. But I bring this up because there are certain games out there that I think could be fixed.
Audio Jungle.
God damn it, it's going to be everyone. It's going to be everyone. Hang on, I'm going to fix this right now. Right now. Okay, hang on a second, folks. Jiminy Crickets. You try to set up something nice, folks, and this is what happens in the background. Jiminy.
Yeah. Now, a game that I think could be fixed with mods
Yeah?
is Mighty Number 9.
That's actually... yeah, that's on the list, actually.
Yeah. I mean, that was a horrible crap show that they gave us to try and come out with a new Mega Man, and what we got was a pile of shit on a plate.
Basically. I was actually one of the backers for the game itself who put over $100 into it, and what we got was garbage. But could DLC fix it? Yes. You could add more levels, you could add better controls, you could add a whole new area. You could do a lot with it. Games that deserve new or more DLC, I think some of them are really self-explanatory. For instance, the Stanley Parable.
Yes.
I love the Stanley Parable. In fact, we have it on our channel
Brandon was
with Battlefield Brandon killing and crushing and screaming and crying in it. We were forced to cut out the parts where he curled up in a ball on the floor and cried. But for the most part, we didn't have to cut a single thing. But you could add so much to the game. You could add new elements. You could have Stanley in another office building with a different voice this time, like the voice at the end of the final one where it's the female voice narrating what happened to the narrator.
Yeah.
That could be awesome. It could be amazing. I mean, there wasn't much to Stanley Parable to begin with other than having a good time, but another game that could really use some DLC love is a far-out game called Bulletstorm.
Yes. I mean, they came out with a great mod, or DLC/mod.
Right. See, originally it's just a bunch of guys running around shooting people and having fun, but it's just a good game. It's fun. If it goes on sale on Steam, I suggest you pick it up. But anyways, it's your classic first-person shooter game after Revenge, with some weird stuff like you can jump up walls, or pull enemies down, or kick them out windows.
Or play as Duke Nukem.
I was getting to that. But what they did is they made a DLC where you literally play as Duke Nukem. It's so funny to watch. I want to do an entire Let's Play of just playing as Duke Nukem.
Yes.
There was this one part, spoiler alert ahead of time, but he walks in, this girl shoots at him, goes, "Who's there?" And he's like, "Duke fucking Nukem, that's who." It's so perfect, it really is. It's amazing, and it's just one character. Bulletstorm could have done it with so many characters. Bring Marcus Phoenix in. Bring the Doom guy in. Bring Gordon Freeman in. You could have had so many characters go through, and they could have just added little things to it, like little Easter eggs or little level designs. Things like that. Another game that I think could really benefit from mods... No, sorry, not mods. DLC. Any game on this list could benefit from mods. Wink, wink, hint, hint, modders, get out there. Is one of the greatest RPGs I ever had the chance to play, and that is Final Fantasy VII.
Oh my god, yeah.
Now here's the thing. Final Fantasy VII has its remake planned for coming out in 2018. This year. In case you didn't know, or in case you're following the Kitten of Doom's methodology, in which case it's 2019, the game's been out for a year and we haven't done a recording on it. However, Final Fantasy VII was an amazing game, but the DLC you could make for it would be fantastic. Bring in new characters to play. New areas. I mean, Final Fantasy VII had tons of open areas where you could add something. Have Aerith live. Play with Sephiroth. Have a new final boss. There's endless. Add more material. What problem?
Lots of lag. People are saying that it keeps going on and off.
Okay, give me a second to fix that. I might be able to fix it. I don't want to, but let's try this.
And as a comment, Jared said Turbo Pug DLC.
Turbo Pug DLC could be amazing.
Yeah.
Get all kinds of things to that. Okay, let's see if this does anything. I've actually just exited out of the music in the background. I'm also going to try and close out a few more files here and there. Give me a second. Let's see what else I can do here. I do not care about a 2004 Nissan being sold. Okay, I'll close that out. Let's see, close that out.
Sorry for the interruption, guys.
Yeah, this crap happens because we have a horrible internet system working for us. Hopefully this makes it a little better. Open the Taskmaster here and see what we got going on in the background. We may have to temporarily cease fire and reset the internet because, according to Google, I have 19 Google tabs open and I currently only have one. So, Jim Ricketts. Okay, yeah, apparently Google's sucking all the memory out of my computer for some reason. Alright, folks, we may have to come back in a second, so give us a few minutes, folks. We'll be right back, I promise you, and hopefully this will be working. Peace out for a few.